What we first want, oh my gosh, I hope we all do, is a caring, compassionate, moral, respectful child. And what we are seeing with an upsurge in bullying is it takes down from the glorious things, it's really the seeds of reality, our children's empathy for others. Number two, we need to be very clear. We need to help all of our children, from children who are bullied, realize, no, this is not something that is permissible. You deserve to be treated with respect. We also need to make sure that children who are bullies, who are learning unacceptable ways to get their needs met, that it is not going to be tolerated. But we also need to help kids, really 85% of kids who aren't the bullies or the victims who are watching, that you can do something. And the third thing is we're going to look at how to teach kids habits. Because we're not going to tell them just to stop doing that. We're going to teach them what to do instead. And unless we teach new behaviors on how to calm down, how to be cool, how to problem solve, we're also going to have kids who are going to keep using the same behaviors. So let's start with first looking at home environments that are less likely to raise bullies. Home environments that are less likely to raise kids who are victimized. And let's look at strategies we can use. There's no one way or reason one kid becomes a bully, unfortunately. We can't figure out, well, that's the bully, so let's design that curriculum for that kid. There's no one reason that kid is going to become the victim, or why certain children don't step in and others. But we do know that the key question we always need to ask ourselves is the why. Why is the kid resorting to that particular behavior? And then we can come up with the great results. So first, it's a warm, positive environment. In fact, they discovered that the classroom, if it has a teacher who's respectful, who cares about the kid, when we look at bullies and we say, you're not bullying in that room, but you're bullying over there, what's the number one reason? And the kid always says, well, she likes me, she's on me, she's always saying, stop it, she cares about me. Caring matters. Be warm, be involved, be respectful. That's key. And what we all know is that that actually reduces bullying. And it also creates, voila, a more respectful child. Second, firm limits. You're not going to tolerate it. This is what is acceptable and this is what is not acceptable, but there's firm limits. I'm going to show you some rules along the way. There don't have to be too many. But a great question to go home and ask your kid, put them on just on the couch at age 3. What do we stand for in this house? What do we not stand for in this house? And at age 3, if my kids couldn't tell me, you want me to be kind, Mom, you want me to be kind. Yep, that's exactly what I expect you to be. If it's not coming out of their mouth at a little age, you're just not hitting it nearly enough. Conscience comes from repetition. Think of Jiminy Cricket. It's just repetition over and over, get it into the kid's head. Third, which is interesting, consistent but non-hostile kind of punishment. No, you may not do that. Yet we're going to pull away the consequence. But we discover it needs to be consistent, non-hostile, but really firm for that child so he knows. And finally, here's the bottom line. We have to step up to the plate, folks, and be the example of respect, warmth, compassion. We women have to be the ones who hold our tongue and be not so quick to gossip around the other women. But we need to be very clear. We want all of our kids to be able to learn to have a voice, to be able to be respectful and stand up and speak for themselves. They learn to be voiced. By the way, our 5th grade girls say already that their leadership abilities are going down if they don't have earlier opportunities to learn to speak up. Let's not rescue our kids by speaking for them. Don't. Instead, go ahead, speak up for yourself, sweetie pie. Give them a rewind button and allow them to voice themselves so they learn how to be confident. But I want all of you parents to start having talks with your kids about bullying. You need to talk, and you need to talk more. We already know that at 3rd grade, our children, our little guys, do come and tell us that I'm being picked on, or I don't feel happy, Mommy, or she's bullying me. But that's around when they stop. No matter where I am, they tell me the same thing. The first way to open up a dialogue, you're dealing with today's digital-driven kid. They love videos, so go ahead, sit down with them and talk using a video. Here's some of the best ones for each age. You play it, you don't have to watch the whole thing, you can stop it. Then open up the conversation with your child. If you're dealing with a little kid, Dumbo is actually wonderful. How do you feel if everybody always makes fun of your big ears? Yeah, that's bullying. Use the word, talk about it, and then you can open up. So if that ever happens to you, you come and talk to me. Open it up. The child needs to know you're on board with what's going on in that social jungle. What I love is Monsters Incorporated. This is fabulous, Monsters Inc. Why? because counselors adore this movie. There's one scene that all the birds are lined up on a clothesline, and you will actually see in each part, there's the bully, there's the victim, there's the henchman, and there's all the bystanders. You can have a great conversation of, hey, which one are your friends doing? How often are you seeing that kind of behavior? Get them to start opening up is what you want to do. Can't bully is another one. Slightly older kids, there's nothing better for middle school and high school than Mean Girls and the Mean Girls scene. But you're looking for getting them to open up so the discussion is there. As they get older, for the older kids, out the Silence and the Bodyguard are great for upper middle school or the high school kids. Or the Breakfast Club and Heathers are also old staples. The key is find a way to get the dialogue going with your child.